Hey everyone, I decided to come at you with a vlog for my Coeur d'Alene race recap. There's a plane up there. All right. Okay, it's gone. All right, so coming at you with a vlog for my Ironman Coeur d'Alene race recap. I have not done any vlogging before. It's very hard for me to film and do all my training and race at the same time. But yeah, anyway, so let's talk about Ironman Coeur d'Alene. So first of all, this race was very special for me, and the reason why is because I was supposed to do this in 2021. It was going to be one of my last races as an age grouper, but 7 weeks before is when I had my big bike crash and ended up breaking my shoulder, and it actually, it just shattered. So there was definitely no coming back from that for way longer than 7 weeks. So I had to sit that out. Okay, anyways, out of that, on to the race. Well, it was another womp womp disappointing race for me. It's super disappointing because I ended up with a lot of mechanicals on the bike, but I'll get to that later. So let's start with the swim. Swim was okay. So it's 2 laps. It's in that lake and it's really clear water, which is awesome. So I ended up starting all the way to the right because I usually naturally swim to the left. And since I broke my shoulder, I'm not grabbing the water as well with my right arm anymore. I've kind of lost that feeling. It's coming back a little bit, but it's still not there. So I started to the right because we turn left. It's counterclockwise. Made it to the first turn buoy. I kind of looked behind me. I didn't see anybody. And then went out to the second turn buoy to come in. And I didn't see anybody, but I think I botched the turn a little bit. And so I actually kept going out. Eventually a kayaker, when I went up to sight, a kayaker was like, "You got to go this way." So I turn, I start going, and then I see two people, and I was like, "Oh man, well, oh well." And so I merged in with them, and hoping that the three of us could work together on the swim and help each other go even faster. But then they decided that they were just going to come in on my feet. Okay, so second lap comes around and I just sat in on their feet and I took it easy. I didn't even kick. I was just on cruise control because I figured I'm not going to get away from them. In order to do that, I'm going to have to expend a lot of energy, and to get maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes ahead is just not worth it with the energy that I'm going to have to spend. So I just cruised in and hung on for the ride. So get out of the swim, the three of us go through transition, get my bike. As I'm running out, I think one of my shoes actually hit the ground, and I didn't realize that it jostled the chain off. And so then when I went to mount my bike and I put my foot down, it jammed the it jammed the chain up into the brake cover on my bike. So I hop off. There's everybody around there. I have my helmet on. I have one shoe on, one shoe off, still on the bike. And my coach Scotty's right there going, "You have to pull the chain, you have to pull it." And I'm there like pulling as hard as I could, and it's not coming out. And then I really took a look and I could see it was jammed right in between the brake cover and the frame of the bike, and that thing was just not moving. And there's people screaming for the bike tech, and I have blood all over my hand. I'm just standing there looking like an idiot. But the guy came over and he has his gloves. He's pulling as hard as he could. Chain was not going anywhere. So anyways, he flips my bike over. My hydration goes everywhere, so I lose all of that. Then he dramatically rips off the brake cover, which is what the chain was jammed in. It goes flying, flips my bike back over. I'm on my way. Okay, so then on to the first climb. when things slowed down, I could start hearing rubbing. I had an idea that it could be something related to where the brake cover was in the chain. So it took about 27 miles for me to see the bike tech guy again. So I was able to flag him down. He whipped around and we stopped at the aid station that was right there. So that was pretty lucky. And yeah, he turned the crank and it was just this god awful noise because the other half of the brake cover that wasn't ripped off was now rubbing up against my back wheel. So I had a lot of resistance for the first, third of the bike course, which was not cool, but it is what it is. But anyways, he dramatically ripped it off and I was on my way again. And then no issues the rest of the bike. But then got to the final turnaround and I still had 22 miles to go and my stomach was really rumbling. So, and I had run out of gels. So I thought, okay, let me just grab some of those Morton gels that they have, which was a big mistake because I don't train with Morton. I don't race with Morton. And it turns out my stomach does not like the Morton moves. So anyways, I grabbed the 4 gels, pounded 2 right away, which was stupid. 30 minutes later, did another stupid thing and pounded the other 2. So that was a lot of calories and carbs, all right, within instant and also within 30 minutes. So that really was not good. And anyways, didn't affect me the rest of the bike. But then when I got out onto the run, I was feeling okay coming out of transition. I saw my coach Scotty, and he said, "You're in 8th place. You're doing great. Just go comfortably uncomfortable. Maybe you can run some people down." And then it was a mile in, and my stomach was just very angry and not happy with. I'm assuming the gel decision I made at the end of the bike because it was just not good. And then had to stop at a porta potty at the aid station. Thought, okay, hopefully that's it, and I'll be good to go. And then I was not good to go. And then I was just going porta potty to porta potty. Uh, and yeah, that cost me a lot of time. My stomach hurt so bad. And then I was just nauseous the whole time. It just made it so miserable. And then on top of that, my foot started acting up. I actually have a little neuroma in my foot, which I am starting to get treatment for. Um, but anyways, with that, it's just this intense burning, sharp shooting pain in the middle of my foot, and it runs through the middle toe. And it's just, I can withstand it for a little bit, and then it gets to a point where I have to stop and I have to rub my foot, and it goes away for a little bit. Then I can run a little bit, and then it comes back. And so the whole run was pretty much just like either porta potty or stopped for my foot. And then I really wanted to drop going in for the last lap, but I saw Carrie and she told me that I was in 9th and I had a comfortable, cushion there. And if I just keep making forward progress, I'll still be in the money. And so I did, and I negotiated with myself of just keep moving. I could do 100 jog or 100 steps jog, and then 10 steps walk, and then it was 120, 130, and so forth. And so yeah, it was a big struggle, but I made it, got a paycheck, and it's a disappointing race, disappointing performance, but walked away with money, and that's all I can ask for at this point. And just learn from that, bad mechanical luck, but then just dumb decision with gels. And hopefully I don't make that the next time. Okay, so next up for me is going to be 70.3 Salem, Oregon, which I'm pretty excited about. Not only to race, but because we're going to take the dogs and do a little road trip up. And then immediately after the race, we're going even further north to Washington to visit our 2 friends who also have huskies. So it's going to be good to get the dogs together, get to see them, and then do a little road trip, a little sightseeing on the coast on the way back. But yeah, for the race, really no expectations on it. It's a 70.3, so it's not really my forte. But this is basically just getting out, getting a really good effort, trying my best, and getting another layer of fitness added to me. And then after this, it's really going to be kind of buckle down, head down training into the fall races, which I'm hoping to do at least 2 Ironmans, and I'm hoping for a third as long as my body holds up. But we never know, but I'm going to do everything I can to stay healthy and injury free. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have going on. Maybe I'll throw another 70.3 in there at the end, who knows. Just kind of take it day by day. And yeah, so thanks for watching. And if there's anything you want to see in future vlogs, anything from my training, eating, life outside of sport, any topics discussed, just let me know. Thanks.